and Flake here with your national briefing. Making news today, the Deputy PM weighs in on simmering tensions between Australia and France. Former New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian wraps up her time facing an anti-corruption inquiry, and big changes to how superannuation works in Oz. First though, emotional scenes in New South Wales and Victoria, with the first quarantine-free international flights touching down today. A plane flew into Melbourne from Singapore this morning, one of 5 international flights scheduled there today, while in Sydney they also welcomed flights from the US. Taking a look at COVID cases across the country overnight, there's been 1,471 new infections in Victoria and 4 deaths. New South Wales has recorded 135 new locally acquired cases and 4 deaths too. There's been just 5 cases in the ACT and 2 deaths. No new cases in Queensland overnight, while the state's Deputy Police Commissioner Steve Gotchevsky has given an update on that Gold Coast rideshare driver who tested positive for the virus last month.
He has been issued with a $4,135 on-the-spot fine for a border breach, which brings to conclusion our activities in relation to that person. I understand he still remains in hospital and unable to comment on when he may be released.
Meantime, former Chief Health Officer Jeanette Young has been sworn in as Queensland's next governor. Caught for 3 men on the Gold Coast after federal police allegedly found cocaine in a PlayStation shipped from overseas. It's claimed 1.5 kilos of the drug was found inside the console, which was shipped from Portugal to Sydney. The trio faced 25 years behind bars if found guilty. Barnaby Joyce has come to the defence of the PM after the French president accused Scott Morrison of lying about a scrapped submarine deal. The Deputy PM responding to simmering tensions between the two nations today.
It was a contract. We didn't steal an island. We didn't deface the Eiffel Tower. It was a contract, and contracts have terms and conditions, and one of those terms and conditions and propositions is that you might get out of the contract. We got out of that contract.
Gladys Berejiklian told the ICAC she had no reason to disbelieve her ex-boyfriend and then MP Darryl Maguire. The former New South Wales Premier is again in the witness box as the corruption watchdog investigates if she gave any special attention to Mr Maguire's projects. She says there was no reason to doubt him.
A number of times I'd asked him if he'd done anything wrong, and he kept saying he hadn't. He's someone I'd known for a long time and I trusted him.
And gone are the days of trying to figure out multiple super accounts from different employers. An existing super fund will be linked to an employee and will follow them as they change jobs as part of sweeping changes today.
Get personalised hair loss treatment in 5 minutes delivered to your door. Clinically proven treatment for men and women. 1 pill taken daily. Thehairypill.com.au.
Caleb Ponga, Brandon Smith and Clint Gutherson are among the biggest names being discussed as the NRL transfer period kicks off. The Dolphins are expected to offer Ponga a deal to make him the highest paid player in the comp. Smith has opened up to offers from all teams, while Gutho's among several Eel stars whose futures are yet to be decided. Peter Moody's surprisingly relaxed ahead of tomorrow's Melbourne Cup. His horse, Incentivise, will enter the Cup as the shortest priced favourite in 91 years. The trainer is confident the extra distance compared to Caulfield won't be an issue.
Well, the way he built through the line at the end of 2000, then at the end of 2400, you'd be a brave man to suggest that he wouldn't.
Tough going for Ashes hopeful Will Bukowski. The batsman was ruled out of Victoria's Sheffield Shield opener last week after suffering a concussion at training and is still suffering symptoms, leading questions over whether he returns against New South Wales at the MCG on Friday. And the AFLW won't be introducing a medical sub for the 2022 season. There's already a 5-player bench compared to 4 in the men's comp. Download the free listener app now to get headlines and in-depth coverage of what's making news in our backyard and beyond.
Selling the family home? Miller, Juan and John put you first.
This is SAFM weather.
The rest of Monday for the Limestone coast, clear conditions reaching a top of 24 degrees, dropping back down to 11 tonight. On Tuesday, mostly sunny and a top of 29. And for radio, podcasts, music and news, download the free Listener app.